Kaepernick finally get a second chance to pursue his NFL dream? According to one report, some teams believe that he will. Mike Freeman of Bleacher Report shared this in his weekly 10-point stance column. Quote, I continue to hear from team sources, including one head coach, that they believe that there's going to be interest in Colin when free agency begins later this month, and that he will be in the NFL next year. And, quote, that time frame a little different from the time frame that his agent gave us about a month or so back. But, you know, if you want to see Kaepernick come back and play football, another positive sign that he might get a chance.
Well, I think the acrimony is gone, and they solved their differences, probably monetarily for a big number. But look, teams want to. I think there are still a lot of curiosity about whether he can still play or not. This isn't guaranteeing that he's going to sign somewhere and be, you know, on a track to be the starting quarterback come week 1 of the NFL season. But I do see him being viable as a backup option for some team, and maybe if he is phenomenal, he could be starting to get at some point in the National Football League. It'd be great. It'd be a great story. It would just end all of the nonsense that's been floating around this Colin Kaepernick and this anthem protest thing for the last 3 years now.
It has been 3 years. Wow. He's played in the pros 6 years, former second rounder out of Nevada. That was Jim Harbaugh's pick. Fred Balke actually kind of acquiesced and let Jim identify him. And obviously, even when Alvin Smith was healthy, Jim said, I'm just going to stick with Kaepernick. But he's got nearly a little more than 12,000 yards, 72 touchdowns, and 30 picks, and a passer rating of about 89. When, quite frankly, the passer rating was still a little lower. Now everybody's over 90.
I agree.
For the most part.
Yeah, because it's easier. You don't have to read. You don't have to read like you used to. Let's just face it. No. The new offenses that we're seeing in the NFL suit his style of play extraordinarily well.
You might want to sit this one out, because if you keep it real, and I know you will, you're going to have to bury your old team if this report is true.
Yeah.
The New York Giants right now, here's a report on Bleacher Report. Quote, the team was willing to trade a first rounder to the Giants for Landon Collins at this year's deadline, but, quote,
probably Kansas City.
They would. That makes a lot of sense, but, quote, they wouldn't do it, per NFL Draft Scout on the Stick to Football podcast. Where is Landon Collins right now? He's no longer at the Giants. What they get for him, they got nothing.
Bupkis, this is a bad look for the New York Giants. Look, in Gettleman, in his defense, he did get sick last year. We don't know how engaged or active he was in chatting with Landon Collins and his agents about a contract extension. He's a really good player, BT, and he's loved. Like, his teammates love him in the locker room. He's got a great personality. He's a football player.
He's accountable.
And he's really, really good. At the time, at the trade deadline, let's not forget, this was earlier. This was, whatever it was in October of last year.
Yep.
The Giants hadn't fully given up on the season and what they were trying to build as a defense. That happened obviously later, and then it was too late to move on from him. What it seems like is happening is that the lack of contract talks all of last year led to the point where we are now, where they just said, "Oh, we're going to franchise you," and he said, "Well, if you franchise me, I'm holding out." The Giants aren't dealing with that anymore.
I hear you, but I mean, this is talk about coming up empty.
They're just going to let him walk.
That's terrible.
It's horrible.
That is real. That's reckless. That's reckless football right there in terms of constructing a team, and that is. I got listen to you. Don't have to comment. I mean, the Giants, and I'm not even taking a shot at the Giants. The Giants were the gold standard for so long. They were classy. They were well run. They were diligent. They were astute. They had great acumen. They did everything well. It started with the moment when Tom Coughlin walked off that stage, and instead of getting the handshake from Mara, walked right past him.
Yeah, that
the symbolism behind that moment, and 4 or 5 things that have happened since. The Giants are in a deep hole right now. The Giants are not in a good place. There's a report Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie wants to play in 2019. Veteran cornerback obviously abruptly announced his retirement last year. Has been reinstated, and he wants to play in 2019. He's just 32. He's going to draw some interest, I would imagine, in the right system. Maybe he's a third quarter, maybe. Hey, if you Kansas City, don't kick the tires?
No.
Why?
Because he's out of the league. And once again, Mike, theory, once you think about retiring, and he actually did it.
Well, Gronk has been thinking about retiring. He made some big plays down the stretch for the Bears.
Gronk's a monster.
He's different.
He's
I hear you.
He's the best tight end, or at least up there in the top 2 or 3. DRC, as much as I love him, he's a former Giant and really was a really good player. I don't know. Where could he fit? Who knows? Tampa, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. Not exactly a ringing endorsement for services.
No.
I got you. Last one here. Where was it?
This is the Sean Oakman.
Oh, the Sean Oakman. Okay. Sean Oakman hoping to play in the NFL after the sexual harassment acquittal. This goes back to 2014 at Baylor.
Yeah.
And we touched on
you guys don't remember this guy.
Yeah.
Because he was the dude that used to roll up his shirt and his abs for a D lineman. I mean, it's ridiculous what he looked like. He's a freak of an athlete, but he was charged with a couple of sexual, one or two. I think it might have been, I can't remember what it was.
He was accused of rape right before the draft.
Yeah, but there was another sexual assault, I believe, earlier in his career. That one kind of just went away, but it was part of the whole Baylor conspiracy issues that program had over the last 5 or 6 years. And because of that
rape conspiracy, or was it actual?
Well, no, it was well, I mean, conspiracy meaning that the program was trying to cover up everything.
Got you.
Not that there was, not that they were, you know what I mean?
Yep, got you now.
Yeah, they were doing bad things.
There was
Art Riles, as much as he tried to defend himself, dude, it happened on your watch. You're responsible for it. But Sean Oakman was thought to be a high, he's a freak of nature.
6'9".
He's ridiculously athletic and big, but he got charged with rape, as BT mentioned. That rape, he went to trial and it was acquitted. Mm-hmm. So he wants to come back and play in the National Football League. He's not going to get a chance, unfortunately, because when you have this type of stigma around you, you can't risk it if you're in an NFL.
You don't think does the Lions give a shot next year maybe, or the XFL probably will, right?
Maybe.
If you want to do that?
Maybe. Okay. Yeah.
That was Football at the 40 with Kiki and Tierney on CBS Sports Radio.
He also hasn't played football in 3 years.
He didn't. Yeah, it's been 2014. Yeah. As I said, he had 11 sacks, 6'9", about 260. I mean, he's shredded up when he's in shape, and he is in shape. They said again. But that's a dark cloud to overlook. Look the other way on. All right, coming up next, everybody maybe overreacting to the point in terms of LeBron and MJ, but how many common denominators are there truly between the two?
When it comes to dating, many people say love has gotten lost. But if you still believe in love, Match is the app for you. Match has created millions of love stories. They've been #1 in first and second dates, #1 in marriages, and over 1 million babies made. Plus, the Match app got rid of swiping, so people put more thought into their choices. You can now view photos and read more about the people you see. Download the Match app for free today and find someone who believes in love just like you do.
Napa know-how.
This month, at your local Napa Auto Care Center, when you get a premium oil change with a cabin air filter, you also get a $15 mail-in rebate, which means the pros do the job, and you get paid. Wait, what? Get your premium oil change and a cabin air filter and save $15 at Napa Auto Care. Quality parts installed by the pros. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Care Centers. Offer ends 4/30/19.
I want to introduce y'all to my friends from HoustonSleepSolutions.com. Dr. David Montz, Dr. Michael Mayer. Y'all made my wife happy again. Y'all got rid of my snoring. Just knocking down walls with snoring. Yeah. We save marriages because we offer that alternative to a CPAP that makes a difference in people's lives. And they're amazed how much more energy they have. They're not moody anymore. Their friends like them again. Their husbands like them again. Their wives love them again. I use mine every single day. Don't let sleep apnea take over your life. Don't let snoring ruin your marriage. Get to HoustonSleepSolutions.com today.
Are you ready for the adventure of a lifetime? An unforgettable 9-day tour of Tuscany. October 12th through the 20th. Call today, 800-581-8942, and use the trip code 934441. Colette, it's why we travel.
In 1836, Texas became its own nation with 23 local counties. Well, we are now 254 strong. Because as our state has grown in population, one thing that remains is the need for local government, with locally elected officials like your judge and sheriff, who thus know the needs of the people they serve. From running courts to running elections, from building roads
sports to building communities, and much more. Learn more about your county at TexasCountiesDeliver.org. Sponsored by Texas Association of Counties.
Sean Pendergast and Rich Lord on the Triple Threat.
Triple Threat, Sean Pendergast and Rich Lord. Soon to be Hall of Famer Lee Smith, and he joins us now. Do you collect any of your own memorabilia, or do you collect other people's memorabilia?
Oh, God, yeah. Always basketball, man. You know, I went out there and you actually charged me for Akeem Olajuwon's basketball, sucker. So don't forget that either.
Right, we charge you retail, I think. It's business, not personal. There's nothing business. It's all business, nothing personal. See that. You charge me for Akeem Olajuwon autograph basketball. One thing about Lee, you guys will always remember, he's got a phenomenal memory.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Hey, man, but you know what? My first love, and you talked about Northwest, my first love was basketball, but I had a better fastball than a jump shot. Thank God I was smart enough to figure that out.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well.
Sean Pendergast and Rich Lord, 2 until 6 on Houston's Sports Leader. Sports Radio 610. Sean Pendergast and Rich Lord on the Triple Threat.
Roger Clemens, 7-time Cy Young winner, joining us on the Triple Threat. Can you talk to the dynamic of when a guy like Verlander joins a team like this, I guess, is there sort of a gravitational pull that comes with Verlander where guys are constantly looking to raise their games?
I think it was 10 days in, he was like, man, these guys made me feel right at home, feel real comfortable. When you have a veteran pitcher like that that's kind of in a little bit of a lull, you know, not going anywhere with the Tigers, you get a trade where you're putting right in, you know, the front line again. It rejuvenated him too with the play that these guys had and the fun. You know, winning makes it fun, obviously, but these guys have a lot of fun playing the game. You know, he fit right in. And like he said, to me as a manager, if I was a manager, I've got 5 number ones. They got to feel that way every time you go to the mound.
Sean Pendergast and Rich Lord, 2 until 6 on Houston's Sports Leader. Sports Radio 610.
I'm Rashida Jones.
And I'm Quincy Jones. I know how fast time goes by and the importance of cherishing life's special moments. In the blink of an eye, your world can change, and suddenly you're faced with health risks.
1 in 6 men will develop prostate cancer in their lifetime, and every 16 minutes a man dies of prostate cancer in the U.S. But prostate cancer is often treatable.
So speak to your healthcare provider about a plan for your prostate health. Go to tcf.org
or visit standuptocancer.org.
If work ever gets in the way of listening to CBS Sports Radio, you can still hear the best of podcasts.
Short Hold with Tiki Barber and Brandon Kearney. CNC Afternoons 2 till 5 on CBS Sports Radio 650 and the radio.com app. KIKK Pasadena, KKHH HD3 Houston, a radio.com station. Sports Flag.
Ackerman, Tom Seaver is suffering from dementia. His family released a statement today saying the Hall of Famer will no longer make public appearances. He was elected to the Hall in 1992, receiving nearly 99% of the vote, which was a record at the time. Patriots owner Robert Kraft has been ordered to appear in court on prostitution charges. He pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of soliciting prostitution last week, both misdemeanors. The Lakers, just about out of playoff contention, are reportedly putting minutes restrictions on LeBron James and will not play him in back-to-back games. They have 2 sets remaining. The NBA's Western Conference is becoming quite a race. 1 game separates the Warriors and Nuggets at the top, while there is a 3-way tie for 3rd between the Rockets, Thunder, and Blazers. The latter 2 meet tonight in Portland, both coming off losses. The Blazers ended their 7-game road trip with a 5-2 mark, but fell at Memphis. The Thunder fell at Minnesota on Tuesday. One saving grace, the return of Paul George, who had 25 points, but on 8 for 25 shooting. The All-Star said it was still good to get back and get his legs under.
I felt the rhythm was off, missing 3 games, and pretty much that was only game reps I got. Was the actual, game time. So it was a little rusty, little rhythm was off a little bit, not only for myself, but just the rhythm with my guys out there. But still fine.
The other game tonight features the Pacers and Bucks in Milwaukee. College action. 12th-ranked Houston hosts SMU after seeing its 12-game winning streak end Saturday with a loss to UCF, while the 25th-ranked Knights will take on Cincinnati. I'm Rich Ackerman.
Hey, this is Taz of Taz and the Rouge. CBS Sports Radio. to coast. He's been there and has you covered. Bill Ryder, 5 till 9. He's here with Ryder Than You on CBS Sports Radio 650.
LeBron needs help. It's getting embarrassing. It is. Tierney. Bryce Harper stays healthy. Bryce Harper's going to be the home run king. It's a wiffle ball stadium. He's going to crush it in Philly. Truthful. Danny Ainge might have done his team a disservice by trading for who he thought was a superstar who could become his leader. Because right now, Kyrie is as disruptive to this Boston Celtics team as LeBron James is to the Los Angeles Lakers. Tenacious. Let's just abandon the post-game handshake. What are we doing this for? I know it looks good for most sportsmanship, but when tempers are flaring, I just don't see the need for that.
They're talented. They're talking. They're T.T. and Tierney.
That's where we hang out every single day. T.T. and Tierney. Rocket Mortgage with every single day to provide a seamless mortgage experience on this Thursday. So props to LeBron as he jumps past his idol Michael Jordan last night. Little and one. With the left hand on the left side, he got fouled, and then some guy named Alex Caruso was seemingly the other one who really congratulated him. My name is Alex. Congratulations. Accomplishment, sir. We haven't come under team. We haven't mentioned.